Good morning, Mango Nation. Oh boy, we have got a silly, goofy situation going on today. So, I guess I'm covering this drama because it's somewhat cartoon related, sorta. I do what I want, okay? Back when I was a commentary channel, I would talk about Dream every now and again. Dude has a long history of bad decisions and is a living, breathing cringe compilation. Every now and again, allegations about Dream doing some sketchy stuff with kids pops up, and while I am not qualified to look into that, I'm sure commentary has that bit covered. For legal reasons, everything is a joke, and allegations are allegations, and yeah, all that jazz. All you need to know is that these allegations exist. I'm more of here to cover his response to them. I'm not trying to take sides or anything, just make jokes and give y'all the rundown from everyone's perspective while laughing at the absolute absurdity of it all. Anyways, instead of responding to the allegations like a normal person with, like a twit longer or Google Doc disproving them, Dream decides to tweet this. Stuff from last year. Thousands of like on this is crazy. Using a 10-second clip to purposely spread misinformation and lies so disgustingly vile. I did not admit to doing horrible things at all. Literally the exact opposite happened. Here's summarized context for those who want to see what was actually said. No one was groomed, she lied about taking legal action, she lied about providing more proof later, and lied about almost everything that was shared. It's been over a year since she said she would provide proof. I have and will be releasing the Snapchat data, Instagram logs, Twitter history, and timeline, which proves by a matter of fact that she deleted certain messages, lied and hid context, and had never provided these easily obtainable logs because they contradicted some of her own words. I primarily used Snapchat as a messaging platform before I revealed my face because I was hiding what I looked like and everything else about my life IRL. I had many people from online games and content creation on it and used it for everything, so I didn't look at Snapchat as a big deal. I changed my mind on that before this happened and made a private Snapchat for close friends. Her story contradicts itself many times, with her saying that we planned a local meetup while I was faceless and would literally leave the state just to go to the dentist and hadn't shown my face to even my best friends yet, with her liking and replying to tweets of mine and defending me from criticism only a week before she posted about how horrible I was, with her not posting a single screenshot, video log, or any bit of evidence or anything she claimed other than that we had friendly conversation, with her DMing me from her IRL Instagram with no fan posts and only her real life info, deleting posts and actively hiding that she was currently a big parasocial fan. On top of that, she had something in her bio insinuating she was an adult, so I had no reason to think about her age, nothing inappropriate, so I wasn't looking into whether she was 17.9, 18, or 30. It doesn't even matter if she wasn't an adult, because we were having short, friendly conversation, she wasn't groomed, and we weren't even friends. I even probably tried deleting her from my Instagram inbox multiple times, but Instagram doesn't let you unless you block someone. I did not reply in detail publicly because denying the accusation immediately at first due to waiting on her claim that she was taking legal action and providing more proof and advice from a lawyer. She never did either. I did not lash out publicly in frustration because I had to be very careful and think about how my response would impact future victims' willingness to come forward against an abuser. I'll be going into more detail later in a video on one of my channels with far more than this and just uploading all of everything for anyone to go through. But there's a lot to say and it's a delicate thing to talk about in general. This was not very well received. Some people have a mind-blowing allergy to context. Bro continues to feed into his own drama with the most obnoxious responses known to man. Like, God, I thought the way I handled shit was cringe, but Dream makes me look like Einstein. I learned my lesson. People on Twitter don't want to read a book. I also talked about it for 40 minutes on stream today and mentioned a more detailed video summary. Would you like me to make a documentary instead? Do you care about the truth or hit tweets? I gotta hand it to Midas here. It's kinda crazy that Dream cares way more about stuff like Minecraft theft and cheating speedruns than grooming. Regardless of being innocent or guilty, it's kind of weird and off-putting to me. If it was some random burner account with no screenshots posting the allegations, I'd understand ignoring them, but that is simply not the case at all here. He then goes on to make a bold claim about Midas. Guy showed up to an in-person Dream meet and greet and got kicked out by security. Claims my tweet was stalker behavior. So this claim was actually soon disputed. You mean the meet and greet where he did nothing wrong and was pushing me in my wheelchair? Stalker behavior when we were at VidCon for Ludwig and others and happened to walk by? Hi, I was with Midas the whole con. We went to the meet and greet because my sister came with us and she wanted to meet you. She is 12 and we didn't want to leave her alone. Midas was literally just there to push our friend who uses a wheelchair in line. He was never there for you. Basically, allegedly, Midas was only even there to help a disabled friend and wanted to take a silly picture. Hell man, even I took a picture with Aura's cosplays to use in a video I made exposing her because it's funny. I think y'all fail to understand getting ironic photos is comedic and literally takes 4 seconds and hurts no one. Not to mention, security guards at conventions in general tend to have a bias against disabled people as they view them as extra work. My own disabled friends have dealt with disrespectful security guards themselves. I've misused my platform on plenty of occasions and blew up too quickly for my own good. This is not that. I will preach kindness, but I'm not being unkind. This isn't drama. This is serious stuff with serious implications. It's more than reasonable for me to engage. Here's the thing. I don't have any issue with Dream responding to small accounts. I don't have any issue with anybody responding to small accounts. I think if you say something publicly, it can be responded to publicly, regardless of size, unless you are, specifically... Well, actually, it doesn't matter of size either. You should just never say, hey, go fuck with this person. I don't think people control their audience. But, that being said, Dream tends to talk about the same random people, and the reason that he's quoting them is usually something like they say his merch is bad. If someone told me my merch was bad, if I even had merch, I guess, I'd probably quote tweet it with so true or something. My goal with my mean tweets is to be funny above all else. If you're gonna be an asshole on Twitter, at least be funny. Nobody is benefiting from this. It's also very unproductive, and something that I learned myself and kind of got shit for is if there is a serious thing going on, it's best to do it in video or live stream form and not on Twitter if it's something so convoluted. I feel like if it's something super cut and dry or just a quick, funny, haha, one-off quote tweet, sure, Twitter's fine, but if it's a lengthy needing to disprove allegations... we'll take the Quiet situation, for example. Something like a video is going to be, I think that's why people are taking issue with just the random sporadic tweeting a million different threads versus just making a concise video. Dream then decides to make a joke about grooming instead of addressing the allegations. People in my replies joke saying all Minecraft YouTubers are pedos, meme, and even reply to kids and joke that they're getting groomed. I posted about a shirt that was sent to me. It said, I like miners and pickaxes, and pointed out how funny these jokes were in a lighthearted way. I got a singular DM from someone in my comm saying it would upset victims to make light of that, even if the shirt said miners, and deleted it before it had even 100 likes. I apologized directly to them and said I didn't think of that viewpoint within minutes. Now, the same people were making jokes or supporting big accounts making jokes before are up in arms that I would do something so terrible. Where's your deletions? Apologies. Not to me, to the kids you've traumatized, the victims you've triggered, intentionally or not. I can within minutes recognize that accidentally taking part in the same disrespect that has been aimed at me for a year is not compassionate, not fair, and apologize and rectify it before almost anyone has seen it, and you can't see when hypocrisy is staring you straight in the face. This isn't to say, guys, it was hilarious. I obviously deleted it for a reason. Can say in so many words, I'm not a pedo, I haven't groomed anyone, and my heart goes out to any victims that have ever had real stories and trauma thrown in their face for internet points. Dream, the reason that people are not getting crap for joking about this and that you are is you have active allegations against you, whereas these people don't. Read the room, Dream. If you'd been cleared of them, I'd say go ahead and joke about it, but not only will you not address them, but you're also just kind of trivializing them. I would say address the allegations and clear your name before you make jokes like this. Again, whether you're innocent or not, this is not the way you play that game. I can't even defend myself directly without getting collectively booed for sending harassment to an innocent small account. This is real life stuff. I think lawsuits would be worse. Potentially spreading outright lies is defamation, and this is just horrible. Just like me all you want, think I'm a terrible person, think I'm cringe, even say you think I'm a pedo, whatever. But if I'm so terrible, why do you misquote me, lie, exaggerate, and slander? If I'm all those things you say I am, why is it so hard to be truthful? Once again, I don't mind quoting small accounts, but here's the thing that Dream is failing to understand. These people are not intentionally spreading lies. Whether you are innocent or guilty, the people saying these things absolutely believe them. They are not doing it for attention. The only one you could accuse of this would be the initial victim, who apparently you threatened to take to court and never followed through. You definitely have the money, so if these allegations are false, why not plead your case in court? Surely that's a more responsible way to handle all of this. I will say, yes, it's true, some people will exaggerate and misquote Dream, and that is, unfortunate. You can dislike somebody without exaggerating claims made against them. Please do keep things truthful and don't say things are definitive when they're not. That does complicate things when you do that. I've been harassed for almost a year due to false accusation right after my face reveal. This person publicly said they'd be pressing charges and posting proof, but it could take days, and then went silent for a year and never did either while I waited and waited. Someone that less than a week before the accusation was liking or replying to my tweets positively, deleted DMs and called people doubting her jealous that I didn't want them instead. Admitting they considered lying about their age to try and DM me weeks before they turned 18. This one false accusation turned into Dream talk to kids. There's tons of accusations. Dream never denied it. Dream was exposed fiddling kids and so much worse. All due to past parasocialness that, yes, I can be to blame for. I talked on stream about how I'm going to make a detailed videos with logs, screenshots, and evidence, and gave some bullet points, and it got completely clipped out of context and spread somehow as the lie that I admitted everything. Then moving of the goalpost started. He may have not sexted anyone, but grooming is just messaging someone underage, and he admitted she DM'd him. Then digging into my sex life or relationship history with only people who are older than me. Deleted tweet. But don't let you thinking that I'm bad either way make you stomp all over real victims, future stories, or devaluing grooming is to make sure I fit the definition. Again, I'm not going to touch on whether the allegations in that regard are true or false. I don't know enough about that situation to feel comfortable speaking on that. But once again, I feel like Dream is over and over kind of repeating himself on Twitter with this, when I think he should be working on that video or working on a court case if he is innocent, which again, I'm not going to say he's innocent or guilty. Just saying that's probably something better to do than making a bunch of Twitter threads without any, screenshots. A mind-blowing allergy to sarcasm as well, I guess. Falling for parody accounts, missing obvious sarcasm, emotions are manipulation, a circus. You guys win. I give up. I don't care to die on the hill that arguing in circles on this app is important. Memes rule the world. So after Dream tweets this, you think he's going to stop talking, right? Well, no, of course not. And now we get to my favorite part of this drama, the funniest part of this drama, the drama that probably brought you guys to this video. Dream's beef with Nick Cantu. For those of you who don't know, Nick Cantu is the voice actor for Gumball Watterson. This shit gets 100 times funnier if you read the interactions in a Gumball voice. Who want me?
I want you dead!
Blocked. Yeah, because you like 12-year-olds, freak. 12-year-olds? Where?
Bro, when you an actual pedophile, you can't joke about being a pedophile.
So Dream sees this funny interaction and has to ruin our fun with a quote tweet. So sad. You're applying to a fake account. I'm not a pedophile no matter how much you joke, but you are a shitty, terrible human. You physically assaulted me, said the N-word and other slurs, verbally berated an Uber driver, saying that's why I'm a famous movie star and you're an Uber driver, and they were just trying to help you not get arrested. Calling them an R-slur and saying your IQ is among geniuses and making racist remarks towards them. And you apologized in Twitter DMs to me because you were drunk and high. You should never treat anyone like that, regardless of circumstance. Crazy how the voice actor from Dora the Explorer, Gumball, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is being racist and replying to fake Dream accounts in his free time. Photo in case he deletes. First of all, he did not say the N-word, and that actually got disproven, which you'll see later in this video. And the slurs that Nick said are actually slurs Dream has said himself. And as a gay autist, I don't care that he said him. I think it's funny. He can reclaim both of them anyways, so, why are we caring? But Dream has no soapbox to stand on about slurs. Nick then replies with the most base tweet of all time.
Yes, I slapboxed you in front of the hose. Yes, I was an asshole to the Uber driver. I was wasted and it wasn't cool, which is why I tipped him a lot of money and have been cutting back on drinking. Yeah, I called you fat and a predator. He's spot on about basically everything except the racial shit about me saying the N-word. Don't do that shit. I won't say that shit ever. Hire a Harvard professor to calculate why despite texting every Twitch streamer in Austin, not a single one wanted to fuck you.
Nick even acknowledges his mistakes before proof comes out about his fuck up, mind you. So dude clearly at least acknowledges he messed up. A new fighter enters the arena with more alleged Dream lore. Rob says, "Hi, I was there. You called a girl I knew a whore and got slapped for it. What is wrong with you?" And then Dream quotes and says, "You weren't even in the same state as me when it happened. Whole tweet is a lie. I don't even know who you are, and I don't go around randomly disrespecting women. The continuous trope of women are helpless people that need defending from men, from people like you is insane. Not even the guy who assaulted me claimed this happened, lol. And he said every lie he could." Now this guy replied to himself and said essentially, "Oh, it was a different party and he didn't get slapped for it. But it happened, I promise. Anything to win an argument on the internet." So a few things here. The way Dream words this makes him sound guilty. I'm not going to say he is, but a few things. One, he claims he doesn't know this person, but then claims he knows what state this person is in. And two, he says, and I quote, when it happened, which is implying that it happened. I'm not defending anyone. I was with Nick and the girl you called a whore for 3 days at TwitchCon. Both of them were at the same party. I read the entire conversation where you called her a whore. I don't care about swaying public opinion. You're a piece of shit who tried to ruin my friend's career over a pedophile joke. After you literally just deleted a TikTok of you doing the same thing. For the love of God, grow up. The internet isn't built to give you the building blocks to be a stable person. Get off your phone and go get a fucking diary, loser. And Dream responded with, TwitchCon happened after he slapped me and I avoided him like the plague when he was trying to be my friend Lamau. It went from I was there and you got slapped for blank to I read the conversation and a totally different timeline. What you're saying happened just didn't happen. I need a diary and help for defending myself against literal assault and slander. You intentionally misled people and lied. I need help for exposing that. The concept of me calling a girl a whore for 3 days at TwitchCon is laughable. Sounds as ridiculous as it is. I was done talking about the situation, and then you come in and say lies that I obviously have to clarify. Getting mad at me for exposing a terrible person because he apologized to you is so stupid. Given he kissed my ass to try and avoid me saying anything. Don't cry when I sue your hypocritical, malicious ass for leaving up slanderous statements even when you admitted they were wrong. I just want to say it's notoriously hard to win defamation suits, especially when so many people are shitting on Dream right now. It would be really hard to pinpoint who specifically caused the most damages. Also, if this is like what they're referring to with the whole whore thing, it kind of seems like a joke. I'm sorry, but it's kind of, if this is like what it is, then it's a nothing burger. But if Rob was right with it being the whole, like, it was throughout 3 days, then it was probably more than this, and probably part of it was in person. Personally, if it was just jokes amongst friends, I don't care. But if he meant it, that's cringe. How did you turn the situation to you being a victim? Nick even sent a paragraph apology to you about slapping you for being a misogynistic loser that texts little girls. You claim he's racist. Go to fucking hell. Context, the slap happened months ago. I confused it with an altercation that happened more recently during TwitchCon. Sadly, Dream called a close friend of ours a whore and wasn't slapped for it. Apparently, though, this has happened multiple times. I'm kind of confused and lost here because again, this is all on Twitter, and nobody seems to be able to articulate themselves super well. No hate to Rob for that. Dream then leaks the Uber video in full, which I'm going to show here. Nicholas Cantu, voice actor for Gumball, Dora, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Skull Island, and more, being homophobic, anti-Semitic, ableist, and threatening to kill me, everyone.
They're gonna arrest your ass.
Yeah, of course.
Right? When he came back, what was the first thing he told you?
He said, listen,
he said, if you get out, I'm a what? God, I was trying to tell you that before you even started talking to him.
Yeah, before I tell you,
listen to somebody who has experience in life. If I'm putting you on game, right?
Yeah.
See, you still never mind. No, I'm not going.
So you're asking why?
I'm not going because you're manipulating. The same thing you say you not want to do or you went through, you're doing the exact same shit, and you're using all these bullshit excuses of why you're still fucking up. So you're the type of person, you're gonna have to bump your fucking head for you to learn. So when somebody who is older than you,
I want to tell you right now, you are Australopithecus Cro-Magnon rock fucking stupid. You're retarded. You're fucking Down syndrome. I don't give a fuck. You do not understand that your literacy level needs to be brought up from the fucking Mariana Trench, and you have a fucking issue with your intelligence. When the bites come or the ants come at me, it'll take 10,000, 100,000 of them to take me down. So that's how minuscule you are to my size, right? My stature of intelligence, character, body, and reverence in the world. 1K is better for this pussy who doesn't want to give away his millions. Are you Jewish? No, man, because I'm gonna do movies, stand-up comedy, everything, all this shit, music, whatever the fuck, e-commerce. You don't understand that you're talking to like a Michelangelo of my time. Right? Like I'm a genius, Albert Einstein level history bookmaker. You're gonna be forgotten like the dust in the sand when you're in the fucking Sahara and there's 100 million, 1,000 billion fucking sand particles. You're gonna be one of those, and I'm gonna be a statue erected in gold. So understand that. I am like this because ADHD, autism, neurodivergent.
I have ADHD as well.
Right, but because you said that's what the mask is, I think you're a faggot. All right, so that's why. You're really cool, Dream. I still want to fight you. And all of the shit that's happened tonight, it's not gonna make it a fucking like brutal marauder. I'm not gonna be a brutal marauder. I'm gonna like literally like Either you're gonna be paralyzed or you're gonna be dead. Like, I'm serious.
Okay, man. Can you fight?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Tyrell, I apologize. Oh, no, I'm good.
I know, and I'm sorry for
I met him
doing this.
tonight.
But yeah, you can end the video now. Thanks for watching. Cantu Network on all socials. Tune your sets.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. First off, if I didn't genuinely feel really bad for the Uber driver, I'd go as far as to call Nick based for the stuff he said to Dream. He's a drunk guy spouting cringe, and it would have been mostly harmless if not for the poor Uber driver. This does not make me feel bad for Dream. I think the legal drinking age in the USA is stupid, so I'm not gonna give Dream shit for letting Nick drink, as if it was Dream's choice, by the way. It's not like Dream even gave Nick drinks, so I think those tweets are stupid. Because I'm gonna be real, people got me drinks as young as 13. This dude is a year away from 21. I'm gonna have to side with Dream on this one. Happened 2 months ago, not years. I didn't film it, and it was recorded because he asked for it to be. Just met him for the first time at a random party, and no one turned on anyone. I let this 20-year-old man I didn't know with a fake ID drink. I will say I do believe Dream when he says that Nick asked for it to be recorded. He clearly knew he was being filmed even though he wasn't in the right state of mind, which is why I'm kinda like, about it being posted. I also don't want to see any neurotypicals in the replies, policing NDs for reclaiming words. Also, I'm gay as fuck, and I give Nick the pass to say the F slur because let's be real, he was just saying what we were all thinking. Oh. Apparently I don't need to give him a pass. He's already gay. And once again, Dream is more concerned with dragging Nick down than responding to the actual allegations at hand. Why is he avoiding those but responding to literally everything else? Curious, I know. I also don't think Dream has a reason to feel physically threatened personally based on this video. Dude was just turning around and yapping really. I could be missing context, and I'm absolutely happy to be corrected if I am wrong. This is just kind of how teenagers talked where I grew up. Not sure if that's normal. I mean, it's like really, really cringe, but from my experience, YouTubers are all bark and no bite. If he did feel he was in danger as well before, especially because he said he got assaulted before the Uber, why would he get into an enclosed space trapped with Nick? That just doesn't really make sense to me if he was that scared. If you feel like someone is literally going to kill you, you usually try and get out of there, not go in an Uber with somebody. I guess everyone reacts in different ways though, so I'm gonna give Dream some charitability here, especially because Nick was being kind of an asshole, but I did want to point that out real quick. Also, completely lied about tipping the guy. I tipped him $1,000 because I felt terrible. Hey, this is a guy from the Uber. This is my normal number. I replied there, though. Hey, what's up? Yeah, man, it was a crazy night, but no, he never sent anything. I will save your number, though. How has everything been for you? This world needs more people like you and your friends. You guys were so calm that night and made everything easier. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that's the impression. Do you have a PayPal? I don't have Cash App or Venmo. If you don't, that's okay. I can find out how to send through one of those, so we'll just take a bit. Further context, this is after he physically assaulted me once, and before he tried to again after the Uber ride. He dropped his phone out the Uber window, and the Uber driver was telling him not to argue with the cops that stopped him from going across the highway at 4 a.m. So much more than this happened. Only 1/50th of the night was recorded, and there's other witnesses that want to stay anonymous, so they are edited out of any video. Dream claims that Nick didn't tip the Uber driver, and his proof is him messaging a contact called Uber driver, which, first of all, you wouldn't give a literal contact name to an Uber driver. They show up as a random number. Second, if you watch the video, the Uber driver has an iPhone, and yet the text is green. I know you can turn off iMessage, but that's kind of a lot of handy coincidences if I'm being honest, but, you know, Dream could be being honest here. So you guys are gonna have to come to your own conclusions on that one. Regardless of who tipped that Uber driver, I just really hope that poor guy did get tipped, and that he did get a big tip. He's genuinely the realest out of anyone in this situation. The mental gymnastics is ridiculous. I was defending the Uber driver and arguing with Cantu, and literally got in an altercation with him afterwards, and left with a dead phone in a city I don't even know. The Uber driver thanked us for handling the situation so well and being so kind. I didn't sit on anything, I don't even have all the footage, wasn't even in contact with the Uber driver, and didn't even know wasn't on the recording. And you know that people on Twitter will definitely believe me randomly tweeting this guy bad, don't support him. I wasn't giggling and was live calling him out on his shit and backing up the driver while being myself berated by slurs. If I look like the good guy, maybe it's because in the situation I was, the slur slinging slash, sorry, can't get over the slur slinging slasher, could make anyone look good. It's okay to just say, oh wow, that's terrible, Jesus, and not have to somehow find out how I can be painted as the bad guy. Or just say nothing. He's been lying and manipulating situations from the start, just like the random Uber driver was even saying. It's just ridiculous. That's fair. I renamed it Uber driver when I took the screenshots to not leak his number and not have a weird crop. These screenshots are from yesterday when I went on the Uber app and contacted the driver because he claimed he tipped him. We had a short conversation on Google Voice before the texts. Crazy that not you, at least not here, people dig into the specifics and talk about fake messages, how easy they can be, and that despite everything I've provided this incident, people are inclined to question every detail. Like, this would be incredibly stupid to fake, even if he did tip him big, especially when I'm the one that called the Uber, even when I'm the victim in the situation assaulted, and the driver was verbally berated as well. But no one wants to apply the same level of scrutiny, or even close to it, to accusations made against me, or things people tweet about me, including Diego. Back to the tipping thing, this kind of makes zero sense to me personally. I don't know if an Uber driver would really remember who did or didn't tip months ago, unless it was a really big tip, because they do get crazy passengers a lot. I also don't know how easy it would be find a specific Uber driver to message from months in the past, but it does feel like a weird thing for either of them to lie about. I engage you with your bad faith roast. You did everything I said, and also the things you admitted to. You tipped him nothing too. Not that tipping would excuse anything. You threatened my life, hit me, and shut the fuck up, and apologized when I hit back. Grow up.
Hey man, hope you had a good night last night, but I don't feel right knowing I was dogging on you like a cane corso. No chihuahua shit, I was coming for your neck. So I wanted to apologize for hitting you and I think slapping you once, which was totally out of line. Even as a joke, that shit isn't right, so I apologize deeply for that one. But yeah, man, I was drinking and smoking weed. Anyways, yeah, I expected you to be this little asshole dickhead with no morals, but I saw you last night that you're a very humble, grounded, and decent man who can roll with the punches. I know you understand the importance of your stature and influence in the internet world, so to see you having to deal with that so young is something I relate to in my life. If there's any bad blood at all, I want to clear the air and make sure you're good because I've never been a man to make enemies. And the violent manner in which we interacting isn't something I want to recur in my life with good humans I meet like you. And the allegations shit, I truly will never know who's right and who's lying on that, but I know that having lies and rumors spread about you is awful and really fucks you big time. So apologies for sticking that on for so long and saying in front of strangers like in the Uber, what the fuck dude, I'm a little gay but lol. Anyways man, hope you still enjoyed yourself at the party and I'm glad you pulled through.
Apparently Nick and Dream both hit each other, and honestly it's a he said she said. We got no way of knowing who hit first, but it seems Nick at least regrets his part in it, though I don't blame Dream for not wanting to associate with Nick afterwards anyways. Not saying Nick did nothing wrong by any means, dude was clearly a jerk in that car and said some out-of-pocket shit back in Austin, but hopefully he's matured by now, cause Dream sure hasn't. Nick's little rant was very cringe, but also very funny. Anyways, now you are caught up with Dream's beef with Gumball Watterson. This timeline is insane, I give up. Once again, I have not given my take on whether the allegations against Dream are true or not, and it's not my place to do so. I just wanted to cover the more lighthearted back and forth Dream and others had on the timeline and show you both sides in a condensed way. This is all still unfolding as well. I may not be the biggest Dream fan, but I try to give him as much charitability where possible. My Captain Laserhawk video is almost done, but it's a big collab with Rebel Taxi, Dumbsville, and Just Stop, so it's taking a bit to edit. I say is now this audio recording is at 30 minutes. Why did I fucking do this? Anyways, make sure to subscribe if you're baller, and don't order meth to your ex-girlfriend's house, and I will catch you on the flip side.